Hello, fam. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I hope you're well today. I'm okay. I'm okay. Yesterday was a little bit stressful at work. I think I managed to meet a deadline, but I always worry when I have to rush through something that I'm gonna make a stupid mistake. I did check my work a couple times before I sent it, but it's always still until it's been a while without asking for a rework. And it's frustrating because on my queue, like we have a computerized queue for our tasks. This job was due today, not yesterday, but I was told it was due by 3 yesterday at like 1:30. And it's a type of job I haven't done many of in my position yet, and I have to read notes in order to remember how to do it properly. And yeah, it took me longer than I thought it would, and yeah, the salesperson was hovering over me, not rudely, but like antsily, like he had ants in his pants. It wasn't comfortable, and I found myself like holding my breath, and I made myself stop, look out the window, take a deep, slow breath, and an even slower exhale 3 times, just to let my body know that I was safe. Like, even if I didn't meet the deadline, even if I got a talking to, which honestly, I don't think it's my fault that this situation happened, but even if that happened, I'm still okay. Still okay. I'm still safe. So, and then made it through the day, fell asleep on the couch, took a nap, I guess you could say. Woke up, brushed my teeth, washed my face, went to bed at 9:30, and it was pouring rain, and then it was pouring even harder, and then my dog wanted to go out at 2:30 and woke me up, and usually when he wakes me up in the middle of the night, he seems really excited to get outside, and I think he mostly wants to go out to hunt rats rather than to pee. But I let him out anyway, just in case he does really have to pee. And but last night he woke me up like 2:30. I opened the back door to let him out. He sees how hard it's raining, and he's like, "Oh, never mind. I don't actually want to do that." Dude, so uncool. And then it was close enough to my normal waking time of 4:30 that it was really hard to get back to sleep. So I listened to a Michael Seeley, and it did help me get a little more sleep. And then when I woke up, I hit snooze once at 4 and woke up at 4:09, and I didn't want to get up yet. I wanted to do a breath work. I decided to not hit snooze 3 times, just to hit it once, and then do a 15-minute breath work. And I opened up YouTube to find a Breathe with Sandy video, and there was one at the top of my feed, so I didn't even have to go hunting. So I did that one, and it was really good. And I think even though I've only been doing his videos regularly for like 3 or 4 days now, my lungs already feel stronger, my lungs and diaphragm. My breathing already feels easier, and it's easier to hold my breath for longer. So that's really exciting. That's really exciting. I feel like this might be a really good precursor to running if I decide to start running again. And even if I don't decide to start running again, because I do have the plantar fasciitis in my feet, and I need to figure that out too, because yeah, I don't know about running with that. Anyway, but the breath work. was awesome, and it felt like a really excellent way to start my day. So that was good. And I love, like, I know it's a little like scary or creepy, but I loved how YouTube like knows what my bedtime is and puts like Michael Seeley videos and Reiki ASMR videos in my feed like at 8:30, and in the morning now it's discovered that I like the Breathe with Sandy videos. So like pretty much every morning the video at the top of my feed is a Breathe with Sandy video, which is perfect. Thanks, YouTube. I appreciate that. Even though, I mean, it's a giant corporation that probably knows too much about me from those habits, but what you gonna do, right? And then, so the other day I showed you, and I know that a lot of you probably don't watch every single video, so I'll show you again. But I showed you the current series of paintings that I'm working on, the chakra series. And I was talking about how at least the throat chakra one had definitely worked for me while I was doing it, because when I finished it is about when I started this channel. And I knew that the heart chakra had also activated something for me, but I couldn't remember what it was at the time. And that is this guy right here. And it was, I think I finished it the day of or around the time that I had that really cool inner child healing experience. And I really connect it to the heart chakra painting. And I got the whole idea for doing these from a painting that I bought from a woman named Shay's Rays. And this is the intuitive voice activation painting. And I don't keep it right in front of me anymore currently, but for several months I did have it right in front of me. And it just really, I love how it looks different depending on how you look at it. And I do feel like it helped increase my confidence with speaking and probably laid the groundwork for starting this channel. And then painting my own tipped it over the edge. Yeah. So if you're feeling stuck, I definitely encourage you to make some art with intention. And it can be totally abstract, like Shay's art, like my art, in your own style, whatever feels like it intuitively wants to come out when you're thinking about whatever you're stuck on. Yeah, draw it. It's super healing. And I'm actually, like, when I was thinking about talking about this today, I had the idea of maybe doing some lives where we could do art to release stuck energies in our systems. I'm not ready to do that right now, but it definitely sounds like something fun to do in the future. Let's see here. I think I had. Speaking of throat chakra, mine is all sorts of gravelly this morning. Oh yeah, and speaking of painting, I had said in one of my videos, I think my video Saturday, that I was really excited to paint the sacral chakra painting, which is the next in my series, and I did not get around to it. So on Saturday I spent a lot longer than I expected to posting stuff to my Etsy via Printful, making designs in Printful and posting them to Etsy. And I think it was user error, but I kept accidentally posting things with only one size and color variation. And I would have to go all the way back to the beginning and like totally restart the design in order to get the other colors and sizes to be an option. It was really annoying and frustrating, and I don't know. I feel like it should be more intuitive than it is. But maybe it's just my neurodivergence that was preventing me from having an easy time of it. I don't know. But yeah, I spent a lot longer doing that than I expected to, and then I spent 3 hours weed whacking on Sunday, and I just didn't have it in me to create after that. I decided to start reading Natalie Goldberg's book instead. And I think that's also a very worthy use of my time. I'm not sad about starting that book, but I am sad that I didn't have the energy to create, and noticing that is showing me that I really need to like figure out how to um, adjust my life, adjust my schedule, adjust my responsibilities so that I have more bandwidth for creation. And on the topic of creation, I've heard that it's an act of faith before. I think Julia Camera says it in The Artist's Way, and other people have said it, because you don't know how it's going to go. You don't know how it's going to be received. And you do it anyway. And I am feeling that so strongly lately. The reason I decided to do the chakra series is because there is a local shop and gallery that I really want to show art in. The first time I visited it was during an art walk, and I just loved the shop. It just had such good energy, and it was so cool. And they had art on their walls, and I asked them like how to submit art to them, and I think they said just to email them, and that they hadn't said no to anyone yet, and they don't even take commission when you sell a piece, which is amazing. But I didn't have like anything. Well, I have tons of art, but I want something cohesive and something that will go with the shop. And I watched a YouTube video by a successful artist who said that while artists, of course, are artists and they love to explore different styles and stuff, all of us do, for shows, it's better to have a cohesive style so that the people looking at it can say, oh, I like this artist, rather than I like this piece. And so I didn't really know what to do. And then the chakra idea came to me, and I've been loving maybe making what I call them bubble matrices. And I also love doing fine parallel lines. Those are two of my very favorite things to do. I find them very calming and meditative. And so I decided to marry them, and they make such a cool like visual effect. Like it almost looks 3D. I don't know how well it translates on the screen, but and then I also love rainbow, so that's fun. And then they'll be able to sell either individually or as a set. So I feel like, and I'm making them like a smaller size so they can be pretty affordable, and also easy for me to get to the shop, because, or somewhat easy. Once they're in frames with glass and everything, it's still going to be a task. But, since I ride the bus, it's going to be, I didn't want to be like carting around like some massive heavy frames and stuff. So, yeah, but yeah, anyway, I really do want to do sacral. It's been kind of calling to me, and I am going to make time for it this weekend, no matter what. I think maybe I'll start with that on Saturday before we get into anything else. What else? Oh, I set up my bookshop on bookshop.org, and I put the link in my channel description. And I always link any books that I talk about in the description for the episode. But if you just want to go see what I've added so far, and it's by far not an exhaustive list. I've only put a few of the books that I've talked about in my shop so far, but I will continue to add them. So that's exciting. And I also put my Etsy shop in my channel description. And oh yeah, so the act of creation, being an act of faith, is yeah, I don't know if that shop is still gonna, is gonna want to show my work that I have poured all this love and effort into. And even if they do show it, I don't know if anyone's gonna want to buy it. These episodes that I record, I don't know if anyone's gonna be interested in them, or I mean, some of them have a lot more views than others already. But you just got to keep going. You just got to keep making, and let it do what it will once you set it free. Oh, got it. Yeah. And don't be perfectionistic about it, because you don't know the taste of others either. Like, I don't get to decide what resonates for you and what is important to you and what lands, what helps you. That's all I can do, is put out what I feel guided and joyful to put out, and let it land where it may. So yeah, I think that's all I've got for today, and I am put together as I will be anyway. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe, and may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be wealthy, and may you feel at ease. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye-bye.